Here's a comment on Ukulele from Beth. Beth says, I bought a flight travel ukulele, tuned it up, and I have to say I'm not thrilled with the sound. Will new strings help? Recommendation. Beth, I've had that problem before. Beth, I've had that problem probably 200 times before when I bought a ukulele. Almost never am I thrilled with the sound as soon as I play it. Now, if the ukulele comes with the same kind of strings that you are used to, and it looks pretty much like you're used to, and it feels like the ukulele you're used to, then maybe you'll like it. But I remember the first time I bought an Acklot. Bought an Acklot tenor, mahogany. And I had read some reviews and everybody said this was a great ukulele. And I played that thing and I said, no, I don't like this at all. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like this ukulele. Then I had to go out of town on business. I had a travel trip of about a week or two, and I was staying in an Airbnb house in Columbia, South Carolina for a few days, and I had a lot of time to get acquainted with my Acklot tenor mahogany ukulele. And I'll say that after the first day of playing that ukulele, I was completely fine with it. I didn't mind the way it looked. I loved the way it sounded. I thought it was the best ukulele in the world. And I haven't really changed my opinion too much on it. But if you have a new ukulele, there is quite a probability that you won't like the sound of it at first. You may like the way it looks, or you may not. You may like the way it sounds, you may not. But in my case, almost always, I have to get used to a ukulele before I start liking it. It's kind of like people, isn't it? This ukulele I have been recommending for a few years. I just think it's a pretty ukulele. Very nice, price is right. It is well built camise mahogany with reddish tuners. There's no reason why this ukulele should not sound great as well as it looks great. I picked it up yesterday and I said, nah, I don't know. I don't know. But the more I play it, I say, well, yeah, it sounds pretty good. I hadn't played it in a long time. It's not really on my regular ukuleles to play. In fact, I bought this one to sell, even though I think it's a fine ukulele. I also thought it was a good one to sell to other people because I could recommend it and I felt good about it. So, if you have a new ukulele and you don't like the way it sounds, or you're concerned about the way it looks, unless there's a problem with it, you should always check your ukulele and be sure that there's no problem with it, that it's put together properly, that it tunes up, and there's no physical damage to it or something like that. You need to determine that fairly quickly. Give it a thorough check over. Of course, it won't stay in tune for the first 2 or 3 days, but that's to be expected. But if you don't like the way it sounds, Give your ukulele a week before you do anything drastic. I think it's a good idea to know the kinds of strings you like and to have them on hand in case you want to make a change. But I wouldn't change anything on the ukulele for at least a week. And at that time, if you don't like the way it sounds, you can change the strings. You can also change the tuning of the ukulele if you like. You can use a capo and put it on the ukulele at different places on the. You can make experiments. But I wouldn't do anything at all for the first 7 days. And I'll bet by the end of those 7 days, you'll like the way your ukulele sounds, just as it arrived to you in the mail, without making any changes at all. Thanks for watching.